Alright. So, transitions. Everyone's going through fucking transition right now. We're breaking karmic cycles. We're doing new fucking things. We're light working. It's like a collective shift where everybody's like, all right, time to get down to business, right? And I feel like this is awesome, right? This is just great for all of us as a collective. We're like evolving, we're growing together. Um, and I feel like, there comes a lot with accepting change. Okay, that's, I think, the hardest part of this whole journey is knowing things are going to be different, right? Especially if you're going through a breakup, like your concerns are, I'm going to have to drink coffee alone in the morning. Who's going to be there when I'm bored? Just kind of shit like that. But I've noticed that, like, I mean, if the intention is to break up, if the relationship is dead and you've already kind of made that decision in your mind and you haven't like physically like left, I suggest acting like it's already happened, right? Like just trying to live out your whole day like it's already happened, emotionally disconnect from that situation and just start being like, all right, so if I did break up, like, how would my day start? Like maybe sleep on the couch so you know what it's like to sleep alone, like start like taking little steps. Just set your intention on the universe a little bit where you're like, look, this is not serving me. I've learned my lesson. I'm done with the karma. I paid my debts. Okay, goodbye. Um, so if you're in that process, just fathom life without them, right? And just start doing the things that you like would do. Like, I mean, don't go sleeping around until you've broken it off. But like, like I honestly don't think that should be on your agenda in the first place. Like, I think, when you're going through a breakup, your first thought should be about getting your head above water, like financially, resourcefully, all that shit. Like, especially if you've been in that long term shit where all your finances have been blended together and you're so used to having somebody to rely on for bills or whatever. Start thinking about what it might be like to not have that and start putting some money aside. Like, get super secret credit cards to build up your credit, like super secret savings, like, you know, and be on top of that shit. Be on top of it. Like start taking those big money moves, right? Because you're taking a leap now, and you want to know when you jump off the airplane, you want to know that parachute's gonna open, right? So fucking start start making the best parachute of your life, right? Give yourself room for this, like even pack a bag. The moment you've made the intention, pack a bag. Be like, all right, this is in the corner. I don't know when it's happening, but then it's like the universe is like, all right, we're on this mission, and it's a chain of events will just kind of unfold before you. It's like you set the intention, and shit just kind of starts happening for it, right? The same could be for like getting a new house. Like, you set the intention on the universe that you want a new house, and so you start like focusing your energy there and just be like, buy yourself a housewarming gift, right? Or buy something like a decoration, something that you're not going to open until it's in that house and it is specifically for your house. Like, that is one of the biggest ways of like spiritual cord cutting, like of your past situation. You're like, I'm moving forward, I'm getting this new house, I'm whatever. um but yeah, you want to start your cord cutting as soon as you've made that decision, because you don't want to waste anybody's time anymore, right? Because you're holding them up, you're holding you up, and you're holding both of your soulmates up, right? So it's like you need to also be at a point where the idea of them being with another person doesn't freak you out, okay? Like, you need to be able to be like, okay, this is inevitable. I am leaving. This is gonna happen. So like prepare yourself for that too. Like work on not being reactive to the idea of them being with somebody else, right? Um yeah, like I mean, honestly, some of the best things I ever did for myself was like really like preparing when I knew like that my previous relationship was like just going nowhere. Like it was self-defeating. Like we loved each other so much, but we just couldn't grow together anymore. It just wasn't happening. It's almost like we knew each other too long or something. Um but yeah, and I mean, sometimes that shit just happens, but I did, like, I did know, I could feel from a mile away that this just wasn't the thing that was gonna last forever, and so as soon as you know that feeling, as soon as it's like, this is not the one I'm supposed to be with, then focus your intention on getting to where you want to be. Focus your intention on, like, all right, what's freedom like? What's that feel like? What's it, what do I do? Start taking yourself out on coffee dates. Like, um, every week I like to go out for coffee, and just write my books, like do some shit. And I started that before I even like left my situation. I was like, that was part of my intention setting. I was like, I want the freedom to do this, so I'm taking the freedom to do this. Where yeah, it did, start some beefs and like some shit where they were like, bye bye, and like, but whatever. It was. I had to put my foot down about that. I was like, no, I'm taking this. I am taking myself on dates. I like myself, okay? Um, and then, just, and I have this other friend, right? And she had gotten out of a relationship. And one thing that she does, like, for herself is like, when she's not working, because our job is kind of gross, so you don't want to get extra, like, dressed up for it. But, like, when she's not working, she, like, goes and gets her nails done. She's, like, she puts on all of her makeup. She gets all dressed up, right? Even if she's just going to Safeway, she is all the fucking way dressed up. And she is like, and she does it for herself. Like, she has no intention of like breaking her celibacy. She's like totally content with like being alone. But this is like, that was her thing. She was like, no, I'm still gonna take care of myself, as though like, she's like, because this is for me. I want to always feel good. I want to always have confidence when I enter a room. And however you find confidence. I'm not saying you have to wear makeup or like do anything like that. It's just, you'll find the thing that suits you, and you'll just feel the need to, like, for me it was like diving into tarot, where at one point in time, like, it was kind of like embarrassing to me to like bring up all my spiritual stuff to people in my past, because they just didn't understand. They weren't like spiritually inclined in the same aspects. And so they would just look at me like, you're crazy. What are you doing? And I'm like, it's alchemy. Come on. I want to do alchemy. So um it's like, you get to do those things again. You get to choose things, like, always, always, always make sure that you feel good. Like, put that ahead of like all the shit. When you wake up in the morning, put on some like, oh, that song is coming to me, that, where are you from? You sexy thing. I believe in miracles. That song, like, pump yourself up. Like, don't be afraid. Like, um, I'm like a fucking walking radio station. Just a song pops in my head and I just start vibing. And I'm like, yes, this is me right now. It's like, even when I gave up listening to music, like, it was still fucking playing. It just never went away. And then I relapsed on music because I love it. I just needed it in moderation. I learned, like, I was just way overdoing the music, and then it was like setting me into weird like mindsets and ego like mindsets. That's another thing. There's a huge difference between ego and confidence. Make sure your confidence is authentic. Like, if you're all ego, then you're gonna be boastful. You're gonna be talking about yourself all the time. You're gonna be, just like all like, what ego is. Come on. So it's fake confidence, it's fake self-love, it's fake. You know, that's what ego is. And you want to have that authentic bond with yourself, so start developing that bond now, even if you're not thinking about breaking up and you're just watching this video. If you're just breaking ties with family members or friend groups or whatever, do things different, right? You want different outcomes, do things different. um and so, like, yeah, I mean, start, like, embodying what you want to embody. You know? Like, some days I feel like a princess, and then some days I'm Kurt Cobain. I don't know. Like, you know, it's okay. And you don't have to feel married to an identity anymore. You know, because I felt like in long term relationships, I was kind of like married to this identity of belonging to another person, and I hate that. I hate feeling like that. Okay, I don't think any, well, maybe Scorpios like this, I don't know. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, for me though, it's like I need personal freedom, you know. And sometimes, like, relationships just kind of feel like prison. You know, it's kind of like, it's like, but then I have to conform to your needs. And I know that sounds selfish, and that's kind of where I was like, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship. Like, I don't think I'm ready for commitment, because, like, I'm like, I still want to, like, you know, be able to go days on end without talking to another human. You know, and it's like, I don't know. That's not the right mindset for, like, a relationship, and I understand that now. That's another thing. Take accountability for your part in the downfall, right? Sorry, that was gross. Um, but yeah, take accountability for your part in it, right? Like, you're not innocent. You know, like, you know that it takes two to tango and it takes two to mango, right? So, like, if you're on the way out, like, take accountability for that. You know, you don't need to be playing the blame game anymore. Just be like, you know what, it's me. I feel like I'm changing. I'm changing so much. My feelings are changing. You know, um, and I'm just not there anymore, and that's okay. You know, I feel like, yeah. I mean, I'm weird as fuck. So, like, the fact that somebody could tolerate me for as long as they have, I think, like, honestly, that's very honorable, and I will always, like, have appreciation for that. I will always respect them for that. I'll always, like, you know, be like, you know, thank you for putting up with me at my weirdest times, you know, and my moodiest times, and my, you know, whatever, like, my grossest times when I was, like, sick and whatnot, you know, like, you know, you have to appreciate them because they were there for you. They were, like, a very prominent part of your life, and they taught you valuable lessons about yourself. Um, Animosity is just, you know, it's not helpful in your path to growth. You know, it's not helpful. You know, it's just, if you know that you don't want to be in that situation, you don't have to fight your fucking way out sometimes, right? Just be like, dude, here it is. Okay, don't be crazy. Don't stalk me. Just understand. Like, you know. And it's okay. Okay, like, it's okay to walk away from shitty situations. And if they, like, open that door for you and they're like, if you want to leave, go. Take the door. No, you know in 5 minutes you'll regret not taking it anyway. So just do it. Like, um, you know. So I don't know. I know, like, this can be kind of like a hard subject for a lot of people, because they're just like, but I love them, and I this and that, and they rely on me so much, and codependency this and gaslighting that and all this, and, you know, whatever. It's like, we all know. And you know the difference between a karmic relationship and a healthy, like, relationship that is meant to last is a karmic relationship will always feel like turmoil. Like, it's always gonna feel like one fucking challenge after another, and it's like, why can't we ever just meet eye to eye? And it's like, then it sometimes only feels like purely physical, and then you don't like that either, because then you're not connecting, you know, um spiritually. And so I feel like karmic relationships are uncomfortable as fuck. Like, and you know it, but you feel drawn to it at the same time. Like, you're not done until you're done, until you've paid your karmic debt, until you've done your shit, your shadow work, right? This is a person who is put in place for you to face your own shadow. Okay, that is what they are there for. And they're doing a damn good job for many of us, right? So fucking be grateful. They did that. They pulled out the worst in you. And now you get to know, and now you get to grow. um, so, yeah, it's all about the development of self, right? And I mean, and I'm gonna do another video on like keeping shit together too, because there are people who are just going through turmoil and want to hold that shit together. And so, yes, I will do a follow-up video for that. This rant in particular was for some tarot readings that I've been doing where people are just letting go and just letting life. And so I want you to have some planning ahead, right? If you're already in it, if you've already like walked away and you're like, all right, I lost everything, I walked away, you are at a great starting point too. Like, as long as just put your fucking your nose to the grindstone and get to work, right? And honestly, the only reason I'm not at work right now grinding it out is because I'm waiting for my COVID test. So y'all have to deal with me ranting because I have nobody else to rant to. But yeah, so freaking yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the COVID thing just popped up at the most perfect time in my life because this really gave me an opportunity for like reflection and introspection and being bored, honestly. Like, I don't know, I have ADHD, so I'm like, what do I do? I can't even go outside. Like, I can't even, like, motivate myself. I've been doing push-ups and shit. I'm like, I need to get my energy out. I don't know, but, like, yeah, and I feel like you are perfectly capable of starting from ground zero with nothing and building your way back up. Just focus on your hustle, right? Focus on that, building all the way up. Like, I feel like the worst thing you can think about when you're getting out of a breakup is your next partner, right? Like, the worst thing you can think about is jumping into your next relationship, right? I know you're lonely. I know it sucks. Go entertain yourself, okay? This is a perfect time for growth, right? This is your opportunity for entrepreneurship. That word is so weird. It's so hard for me to say. Like, it's almost worse than the Worcestershire sauce. But anyway, yeah, dude. So like, don't focus on all that shit. Focus on being a hustler, being a diva. What does Beyonce say? A diva is the female version of a hustler. I don't know. I like all kinds of music, okay? But like, yeah, so be that. Embody that. Hustle your way. I don't care what your hustle is. I don't give a fuck if you're a janitor pulling that overtime. Like, come on, you got time now. You ain't going home to nobody. What are you doing? You are hustling. You're taking yourself on dates. You're buying yourself fucking gifts. You know what? You should buy yourself fucking gifts. Like, you absolutely should. Like, every payday, go and treat yourself, Like, where you might have been buying fucking, like, makeup or beanies and hoodies and shit for your like, significant other. Now you've got this extra dough flow, Like, you can do this. Keep going. I don't know. I feel like you have a great opportunity here to really embrace and embody like this freedom. Like, where are you gonna go from here? What's gonna happen next? What do you want? That's what you gotta focus on. What do you want? It's no longer about pleasing fucking somebody who doesn't want to cook for you or whatever. It's no longer about like weird fucking dynamics in your life. Now you have peace. Right? You probably were praying for peace, and then God's like, okay, here you go. You're by yourself now. And you have COVID. And now you have peace. Like, I mean, you know, God works in a mysterious ass way, so here we go, you know? Here we go, you know? I don't know. I just feel like you can really like just switch your perspective, you know, and it changes everything. Just be like, I'm not gonna be miserable for this. I am going to grow. I'm expanding. Like, you are a soul, right? Do you know what souls do when they leave the body? They fucking expand. It's all energy. It's like, it's fucking, when you spill milk into water, it's just like, you know, that's you, bro. Expand. Spread yourself. I mean, that sounds, yeah, you know, spread yourself. I don't care. That's gonna be the title, okay? But yeah, freaking, uh, honestly, it is, I mean, the way that you process your breakup really affects the way that your next relationship will go. You know, you're setting up boundaries. You're setting up boundaries for yourself. Like, you're giving yourself limitations where you're like, okay, I am not going to do this. I am not going to resort to like self-defeating behaviors. I am going to focus on bettering myself. And then you're a better partner for the next person. You're not all damaged and like going through shit with all your emotional baggage. Like, you can actually be 100 for them, you know? And I know you want to be, right? You want to be 100 for your soulmate. So be 100 for them, you know? Stick it out hold out for them, you know? Don't just fucking settle on any Tom, Dick, or Harry. Like, just, man, fuck those guys. Like, you know you have a divine partner, and wait for that. Wait for it. They'll be the ones that help you really develop your sense of independence and freedom within a relationship. Like, and that's why it's good to hold out for them, and it's good to embrace your independence and freedom now and really learn what it is to be that. So that when you do get into your next relationship, it's not about possession and entrapment and like trying to like control or manipulate outcomes or people, you know? It's all about you. Anyway, I'm gonna go have a cough attack. I hope this helps. Hit me up if you guys need any guidance or anything. I got your back. I will talk to you later. Goodbye.